We have allowed Florida to be taken away from us, the natural world. We've allowed the life's blood of Florida, which is water, sweet water, to become almost non-existent. And so the fix for all of our water problems is clean, sweet water. We have to fight. We have to be part of the fight. We have to give everything we have to trying to fix things. But where is this water going to come from?
I need to take a video of this on my phone, dude. This is sick.
If you live in Florida, the past 8 years, you've probably heard a lot of news about the Florida Everglades.
Work across millions of acres in the Florida Everglades. When I last visited the Everglades for a report in 2016, many of the ideas people had to fix a broken system were just pipe dreams. Today, while a lot of work remains, real work is getting done.
Just recently, more awareness has been raised over the negative impacts of man-made, quote-unquote, progress than ever before. With organizations like Bull Sugar, Captains for Clean Water, and Bonefish Tarpon Trust, we are beginning to fight back and raise awareness to try to reverse what has been happening for the past 100 years.
It just goes to show us if we can return the flow of water south to the Everglades, the natural system will recover.
That is no easy task, though, and to understand this complicated issue, we have to take a look back to where it all started.
Here we're talking about some 15,000 square miles, an area twice the size of New Jersey. Flood control must proceed as fast as humanly possible so that everyone, everywhere, can share in the rich results of man's mastery of the elements.
Dude, I don't know. I feel like this could hold reds and anna.
This is what is left of the Everglades, a resilient, fighting ecosystem begging for help. To me, this is perfect. I've never experienced what the Everglades was like 50 years ago like Flip. This is my norm. I try to expose myself to as many stories and legends of what this place used to be, to keep the standard from slipping with passing time. I hear the stories of Mosquito Lagoon, mullets so thick you could walk across them, grass so dense your feet would get stuck walking through it. This water used to flow undisturbed from Lake Okeechobee all the way through the Everglades to the Gulf. Now, this ecosystem only receives 1/3 the water it once had, causing an increase in salinity levels, the killing of seagrass, and drought. The beautiful thing about all of this is that we still have something to talk about, something to explore, something to try and preserve. Today, I paddled into one of God's greatest creations to show that this place is worth the effort. And so our story begins, August 24th, 2024.
Are you sure you're not just not deep enough? No. Luke was getting murked.
Paddleboarding is the perfect fit for the Everglades. It's about as simple as you can get, down to earth and without limitations.
I'm already almost all.
One thing I love is bringing one rod, a limited assortment of baits, traveling light. Today, it was the 3000 Sustain on a classic star rod, the signature gulp shrimp on the end of my line. My buddy went with an Everglades staple, the DOA, both mirroring the crustaceans we were about to probably encounter in the marsh. We got loaded up, then it was time to get underway, paddling through the mangrove tunnels to get shot out into the hidden bays. Alright guys, well we're off. Paddleboarding the Everglades, first time doing this. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. My first reactions were immediately exceeded. The crystal clear, flowing water got me thinking of the possibilities that lied ahead. I was in paradise paddling to the first spot, to say the least.
Dude, just the real question is like, where does it sit?
Definitely those big bays. I don't think any of this is gonna hold anything. Guys, this is so pretty.
Dude, they're like 4 inches long.
Just going through the mangrove tunnel, man. Going through spider-infested water. Gorgeous though, sawgrass. After paddling through the marsh, we finally reached the first bay, opening the doors to opportunity. Oh yeah. And it opens up, boys. Let's go. Yeah, let's go left. But there's something up there to the left.
Oh.
That's what you got to be careful for. Imagine if you were by yourself and that happened. Here. First fish is going to be cool. I want to see how dark it is. First cast of the day, dude. I think it's a snapper. Hey, dude, mangrove snapper. Can't be too brackish. Oh, mangrove snapper. There's gonna be some fish. It kind of reminds me, I think it's like Alligator Bay, dude. There's gar swimming before Alligator Bay, you know what I mean? First snook of the day, dude. Look how pretty that color is, bro. I think I've hooked up on 2 out of my first 4 casts. Our day was off to a hot start fishing this area. I instantly noted the yellow colors of the snook, one of the prettiest ones I've seen in quite some time. Guys, this is so pretty, man. Welcome back to another video. Today we got something awesome. We're fishing Florida Everglades on paddleboards. Genuinely, you can't get much more wild than this. We're already getting on some nice fish. We're going to natural shrimp today, 3/8. I mean, this is my favorite color right here. I might go to New Penny though, because this water, as you guys can see, is so clear. Very brackish. There's mullet, there's bass in here. Every saltwater species. Can't get much more wild than this. These mangroves almost act as tea leaves, staining the water so perfectly that it almost looks refreshing. After paddling to the first creek linking the first 2 bays, we got our first glimpse of some brackish water beasts. Snook right here. Oh, tarpon, Gavin. Gavin, big tarpon and snook right. Tarpon and snook everywhere, massive snook. Massive tarpon and snook. They're everywhere. You got the small one. There was 30-inch snook and 20-pound tarpon, dude.
Just swimming together.
That is insane. That is insane.
Of course, the smallest.
Oh, 100%.
Probably hit the.
We spooked them, I think. Dude, those tarpon were beautiful, bro. Oh my God, there's some right here. Those tarpon were sick, dude. All those snook were 30 inches. Like a lot of them were. All right, Gavin's fishing where we saw those tarpon and snook. We just went through a little channel. There was like some 30-inch snook, a bunch of little tarpon. Gavin thinks he saw a little tarpon snook or whatever it's called. So far, the fish we've got have been in the creek and like towards the mouth where like kind of like straight ahead, you know what I mean? Where that water was, that's where I got the snook and hooked. I saw some jack, whatever. My guess is this time of day, they're gonna be in the shade. We gotta find some shade to cast into. And that's exactly what we did. We continued paddling this maze of creeks and bays, casting into the shade with not much luck for the next hour or so. You'd think as the bays kept going, they'd get better, but maybe not. You're telling me there's not a snook or a redfish just cruising this little line right here? Our day of exploring looked a lot like this. Cast after cast, trying to stick it close to these mangroves, hoping a big laid-up snook, redfish, or tarpon wanted in on the action. Where are you, fishy, fishy, fishy? That looks literally like a live shrimp. It's actually crazy. Yeah, I could see some tarpon being where like it slacks off, you know what I mean? Yeah, Gavin just got swirled on by a little tarpon when I was switching the GoPro battery. What? What happened? That was an insane blow up. He sounded like it. That was insane. I heard that thing, dude. Gavin just got blown up on by like a 40-pound tarpon. That's insane. That blow up was epic. After Gavin got blown up on by a nice sized tarpon, we decided to work into this creek mouth, passing through the mangrove gates. Okay, let's figure this out. We found one of the signature Everglades sandbars in one of the creeks, so we decided to hop out, rest our feet, and do a little recap of what the day was like so far. Alrighty guys, well, we're deep in the sticks out here. We got the paddle boards right here. We're on a little sandbar. It's pretty beautiful out here. But so far it's about 4:25. Been a little bit slow. Gavin, the coolest thing so far today was probably Gavin got blown up on probably a, he said 30 or 40 pound tarpon. I was around the corner and I heard it just demolish his DOA shrimp on top of the water. So that's always cool. But I think the further away we got from the first bay we were in, it kind of slowed down a little bit. So I think what we're going to do is work back kind of towards the truck. And you guys saw where we were. It's pretty. Bunch of current flowing. You can tell all this water's just dumping here. And work back towards the truck. Hopefully get on some snook, some tarpon, redfish. Gavin just saw the first redfish of the day. But with that being said, we're going to hop back on the boards here soon and keep grinding, and we're going to hopefully get on some nice fish. One thing I was eventually reminded of was how much of a grind paddleboarding can be. You explore these creeks, then realize you got to paddle against the flow of this water. It's difficult, yet ultimately rewarding, passing animals and vegetation while doing it. Hey, that was a big tarpon, dude.
That wasn't you?
That was a massive tarpon. Like, he had to have been 40 pounds. He, like, had some meat to him, dude. Yeah, those things move fast, dude. Did you hear how, like, loud he gulped? Is it a bay or a creek? We continued exploring off the beaten path, going through skinny creeks that led to opening bays, hoping to find some fish tucking away from the steadily increasing wind. All right, I'm on my way. I think if my paddleboarding experience in the Everglades was to be boiled down to one thing that was my favorite, it would be this: exploring hidden tunnels that lead to protected, secret bays that you never know if they're going to hold fish or not until you go give it a shot. Alright guys, well, exploring this little bay right here, a little through the little mangrove tunnels. I mean, there's got to be some juvenile snook, you know what I mean? Oh, something's on mine. Tarpon, little tarpon. He flashed on it. It was either that or a snook, but it was very small. I think it might have been a micro, dude. That might have been what was on you, too. Another reason I'm thinking tarpon, too, is because they never eat them. Hey, I'll take some action. After that exhilarating 9-inch snook, we decided to keep moving it on and paddling towards the truck, casting along the way and getting some water to refresh ourselves after a long paddle. Oh, hey, that's a decent hit, dude. A little snook. Guys, little snook back on the board. This is the first bay we were at. So hopefully all the fish are here and they're not where we spend a lot of time paddling, but woo. Hey guys, so Gavin's way up there. I just caught that little snook, hoping that we can get on some. This is where we were at the start. Kind of lost some luck, a little tarpon action, but lost some luck, but hoping we can gain some back. We'll see. It's hilarious, there's bullfrogs up in these mangroves. Oh, that was a little guy.
I saw that head wake. That was awesome. This is where like big snook come in the winter to just warm up.
As our day started to slowly come to an end, I couldn't help but think back to how lucky I was to be somewhere where few people have ever been. The isolation and beauty was captivating. I couldn't help but also start thinking about wintertime, where this ecosystem would probably be a warm spot for chilly fish to come and tuck away to, offering better fishing than we were currently experiencing.
So I'm saying in winter, dude, like a snook's gotta be just laid up there, you know what I mean? I remember reading a bunch of articles before we went camping, and all these guides, like, you literally try to just find the skinniest water you can. I need to get a video of you doing that.
What's crazy is I think the coolest part of the whole trip was the way back to the truck, and I know Gavin agrees. We took a different route that involved some of the skinniest mangrove tunnels I've ever seen. The Everglades is truly one of a kind, and we were getting our full experience, there was no doubt.
This is the only way home, though.
Oh my god. I'm swimming right now. Oh. Let's go, pal. Come on. What you waiting on?
I'm kind of like walking along the side.
Yeah, I'm trying to walk on the bank. Oh yeah, it shallows up. It shallows up pretty good.
This is gonna be hilarious.
Dude, this is so sketchy.
Oh, this is the trail right here. So you go left and we go home.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's gonna wrap up the trip today. Pretty fun day. Honestly, didn't get on obviously as much, or maybe the quantity and also the quality as big fish as we would have liked. But either way, it was a fun time getting out with Gavin. Don't get out with him too often. And we're gonna be back here, I think, in wintertime when the water cools down a little bit. I think the water is pretty cool here, but all the fish, they go down on the coast in summertime, and that's where they're all headed. We saw that school of big snook, big tarpon, but besides that, nothing much, honestly. Just a little snook, but as you guys probably saw, all the clips and stuff, exploring back here is pretty awesome. It's not a lot of places like this, and there's not a lot of people that have probably just paddled what me and Gavin just did, you know what I mean? So pretty cool area, gonna be out here a little bit more, and come wintertime, I think all the fish are gonna push up on this in this shallow area, and we're gonna get on them. But with that being said, guys, God bless. See you next video, and we're gonna get back to the truck through the spider-infested waters.
The Everglades is special, there's no doubt about it. It's something that I, along with many other people, hope to be able to bring my kids to one day. I hope I can show them the same backwater maze that my grandpa once paddled back in his youth. I hope I can show them miles of sawgrass, fruitful and green, as we're on our way to Chokoloskee Boat Ramp. I hope they have a chance to grab a buddy and walk through waist-high, crystal-clear water after getting on some snook on some paddleboards. And I hope they can watch this video back along with hundreds of other videos from Captains for Clean Water, Flip, Benny Blanco, and dozens of others who are all trying to show people that the Everglades is worth saving. And most importantly, that the positive steps in the right direction are making a major impact.
Might be a liability driving one of these spiders. So they start as literally like a mosquito, in like way back there. Maybe 4 inches. Gavin's on the tarpon as we loaded up the paddleboards. Can he save us? Those things are impossible to hook. I got it on video, I think.